What's up guys, it's Mike and we're back on site in Locust Grove. I don't know about you, but I had a pretty good weekend. I spent the weekend at the lake with my family for my oldest son's birthday. Really awesome, really relaxing, and I am re-energized because we've got a ton of work still left here. We've got to get the rest of this place dried in. We've got to get all of our sheeting hung, all of our seams taped, all of our bottom sections sealed to the concrete so we can get that nice tight building envelope for air seal. And then we've also got about 90 bags of rock wool comfort board that we're gonna start getting up on the roof here probably by the end of this week and get ready to start completing the roof assembly all the way around to the fascia and soffit tying into these exterior walls. So stay tuned for that and see how we do. Sheet! We got to do out here. I don't even have time to pull this out. I'm just kidding. I am gonna pull it out right now. Stay tuned. Let's see how big it is. Look, that's what it looks like in there. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Not too bad. All right, quit complaining, we got to do. My splinter was bigger. I don't care. So now we've reached the point where we can't get the scissor lift any farther back here. So we're back to scaffolding. And that's always fun. And a little bit sketchy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you get that on camera? Got that little, ew. Oh yeah. So you guys might notice, whew, I'm out of breath. These sheets are heavy. But because of the way it's set up here, the existing slab and how far in we framed just to get good concrete and pour our piers and everything, there's this existing wall, what's left of a wall. What we're having to do, because we cut our sheets from the soffit down to the concrete, we're staging our sheets in here, but because of our overhang that comes down at a 412, we have to get the bottom of our sheet under the overhang, bring it in tight, and then walk it down the wall. And we can't drag it across the concrete because we have the bottom of the sheet taped so that when it's tight to the concrete to make our air and water seal, it stays good. It's not wood sitting directly on concrete. We have to maintain that seal. So taking a little bit of time, but we're getting it. Yep. Watch your back. All right guys, let's talk about some things that are outside of our control. Mainly the weather. We've dealt with a lot of rain, and now we're getting into summer, so we're dealing with a lot of heat. And what that means in Northeast Oklahoma is a tremendous amount of humidity. Today particularly, it is roughly about 80% humidity, and we have a high of 90+ degrees out here. It's gonna be sunny, it's gonna be hot, super humid. You might be able to tell right now, but I feel like I'm out of breath just talking to you guys. But I'm sacrificing my life so that I can tell you guys about how miserable it is out here for us. Just so you know, this sweat isn't just for looks, it's for a purpose, because we're trying to build this beautiful house for an awesome client here. So we're sacrificing our lives Whew, I'm running out of breath just talking to you guys. It is brutal today. The humidity is real. It's something that you guys got to be careful if you're in a high humidity zone, especially high heat. You want to educate yourselves on the importance and the signs of heat stroke and stuff like that, so that you can not only keep an eye on yourself, but keep an eye on the people that are working around you, because it's all a team effort out here and we're looking out for each other. Wrapped up like a Christmas present. Couple details we want to touch base on with our continued building envelope all the way down to the concrete here. When we get down to our concrete, especially with all the inconsistencies we have in the concrete and the way that we're framing on top of the actual concrete instead of lapping our sheathing and siding over the edge of the concrete to make a flash seal and everything, we're coming down directly on the concrete. So what we're doing when we set our bottom girt here, you can see there's zip tape all across the bottom of it to help keep that whitewood from being in direct contact with the concrete, because concrete is a porous surface, so it absorbs and pushes water through it. If you didn't know, now you do. Another detail is we're taking Lexel made by Sashco. It's their 90th anniversary this week, by the way. Shout out Sashco, thanks for the great products. We're using Lexel to seal the bottom of that bottom girt, press it down into the concrete, and anywhere we have major deviations in the concrete, we're going back with an extra bead along this exterior edge. Next detail, when we get to the actual sheeting itself, when we bring our sheet down, you can see it's taped across the bottom of the actual sheet. That keeps any raw edge of wood from being in contact with the concrete. And then on top of that, we're doing the same Lexel process where we seal the very bottom of that sheet, press it down, get a good seal to the concrete, and then come back, and any major inconsistencies where we don't see the Lexel being pushed out, we're coming back and putting a nice clean bead of Lexel across there to get the absolute tightest seal we could possibly finagle with what we have to work with here. Line the corner up with the end of that board. Good. Fancy banding here.
Fancy, huh?
Look at that thing.
My Lord.
It doesn't fit in my trigger well.
You got a hammer in the...
So as you can see here, I'm trying to run a nice clean thick bead, as thick as I can manage on the bottom of this. But you'll see once we actually set it with some of the inconsistencies in the concrete, we'll have some variation that we'll have to go back through and address. But we're gonna get this panel set right now. Ready? Okay. Alright guys, I'm Mike with Meller Woodworks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube, all of our social platforms, Meller Woodworks, and be sure to check out our subscription options through YouTube. You get early access to some stuff, members only stuff. You don't get a members only jacket though. This ain't the Masters out here. We're framers, we're not golfers.